Welcome back, guys. I'm Danny the Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm going to show you all how to draw Tarbosaurus. So yeah, this is episode 4 in my video marathon. I'm doing 26 videos in 26 days. And yeah, today I'm going to show you all how to draw an easy Tarbosaurus. So yeah, get out your paper, pencil, and eraser, and we will get started. So yeah, let's start off with the outline. So I want you guys to put a circle right about here on the left side of your page. Draw it lightly, not too hard. And then we're going to have a line here for the neck. Then we're going to have another large circle, more like an oval though, for the body. A line for the tail. Put a little circle right about there, like a dot. That's going to be where the hip is going to be. Put in the knee right about there, so this is the thigh. Ankle and foot will be right about here. I think you might as well put in a line right there to represent the ground. And next we were going to put in the opposite leg, which will be on the other side, so we won't be able to see this, but I just want to get the proportions right. This leg is going to be lifted up because it's taking a step forward, and this foot will be in the air. So it's got 1 foot planted there and 2 feet and 1 foot in the air. And then right about here is going to be where the arms are going to stick out. So it's got 2 short arms. And yeah, this is a basic outline. We're just getting all of the skeleton basically put out. And yeah, once you have this done, you'll be set to go for the next stage. So yeah, guys, we're going to be working left to right since I'm right-handed, and that'll help us avoid smudging. So yeah, go ahead, and the first thing we're going to do is take an eraser and basically just erase the circle we just put in. But we still know where it is because we can still see a faint outline of that. But yeah, right now we're going to put in the top jaw. So yeah, the Tarbosaurus is going to have its mouth open in this stance. So if you've drawn a T-Rex head before, this is going to be very similar and not too difficult. You want to do sort of a straight line for the bottom lip there. And I have a rather new Graph Gear 500 mechanical pencil, which is nice because the eraser is still there. So yeah, the nostril's going to be right about there, near the front. I know a lot of you guys don't like this, but I like to put in the cavity here. We'll shade that a tiny bit. Put in the eye ridge, like so. And we'll put in the eye of our Tarbosaurus right about there. And be sure to put in some wrinkles around the edge of the eye like I'm doing right now. You can go ahead and add some more scales and stuff like that. I'll have another cavity back there, like so, and then I want to add some spikes on the top of the snout. So it's looking very good. I'm also going to add some scales along the bottom lip. Or I guess this would be the upper lip, just the bottom part of the top jaw. I have this jaw wide open. I want to make sure it's not too long though. That's a mistake some people make, is making the bottom jaw too long. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to make it too short either. So I think this looks like a pretty good length. And yeah, the bottom jaw is thicker near the end, as you guys can see. Then we're going to put in a line attaching the upper and bottom jaw. This will be the muscle that opens and closes the jaw. So yeah, very important to put that in. And now we can put in the top teeth. You want to have basically every other tooth is going to be small. So have a regular sized tooth and then a smaller one, then a regular sized tooth and a smaller one. That's a good way to make the teeth look realistic, I guess. And yeah, I'm just eyeing it. I think we should maybe make the bottom snout the bottom jaw a tiny bit longer. but no more than that. That looks pretty good. So again, make the teeth slightly smaller on the bottom. When we're drawing Indominus Rex or something like that, then you can make the bottom teeth longer. But yeah, most meat-eating dinosaurs, the top teeth would overlap the bottom ones, similar to a alligator. So yeah, there we go. Got the bottom jaw almost completed. Again, if you'd like, you can definitely add scales. For now, I'm just going to be doing them along the rim of the bottom jaw, like so. And then I'll just add a few sporadic ones. Put in a little bit of cross hatching there for some shading. So yeah, I think the head is complete. I know this is like sort of a little bit of a more simplified drawing, but I know for some people they like that because it's quicker to draw and stuff. So yeah, let's put in the ear. The ear will be right behind the top jaw. And then we gotta put in the neck. So Tarbosaurus has a very thick neck, as all the Tyrannosauruses did. And for those of you who don't know, I think Tarbosaurus was found in Mongolia. So it's an Asian dinosaur, but it is a relative of the North American T-Rex. So you want to have like a backwards S shape for the top of the neck there. It's going to be very muscular. So follow that, make a parallel line to that top one, just about, I don't know, few like maybe 2 centimeters away from that top one, and then be sure to add some spikes, but not like these. I'm gonna try and make mine look a little bit better than that. Try and make them look more rounded. It'll make them look more realistic. And these ones will fade into the neck. So yeah guys, we want to have the midline, which is going to be right about here. And then we'll have the lower portion of the neck, which will be sort of more of like flabby skin. Sort of like an iguana, you know, if you've ever seen a picture of an iguana. And yeah, we're going to have this vein coming through. And yeah, you want to put some wrinkles in like I've done so far. So I put a bunch of wrinkles in. I'll put some up here. And then also, I'm not really going to use shading pencils today, but I am using this other mechanical pencil for a few things, just because it's a 0.9 millimeter. So it makes a wider line. We'll add some more of these studs on top of the neck. You guys have probably seen this reference image that I'm using. It's a popular one. I have it actually on a poster that hung in my bedroom for a while. So I'm going to lighten up this portion of the bottom jaw just so it stands out a bit more. So now I've got to put in the chest, the pectoral muscles. So we're right about there. And the arms are going to be coming off the sides of the chest muscles. And then if you want, you can put the shoulder blade. Make a little bit of a line for that. But yeah, again, I'm sure this drawing is very shrink wrapped. I forget who the artist is who did this, the drawing I'm copying this off of, but yeah, they enjoyed shrink wrapping their dinosaur. Because I don't think you'd really be able to see this much of the shoulder blade in real life. I think you'd probably see like a bump up here, like you see in lions and stuff. Or bulls, they'll have like the top of the shoulder blade poking out. But as far as seeing the whole bone, I don't think so. So we're going to put in the small arms of Tarbosaurus. If someone didn't know better, this would look a lot like a T-Rex to them. And there's really almost no feature that you can tell it's not a T-Rex, except that I just imagine T-Rex with more of a, I don't know, different shaped head, like a little bit larger in the head portion there. So I imagine like T-Rex with like a larger head portion and a thinner snout. But there are some small details that make them different. But yeah, to the average person, every meat-eating dinosaur looks like a T-Rex. So let's go ahead and put in the other two fingers. Put in the claws like so. And yeah, be sure to add the scales on top of the fingers. This is looking very good. I'm going to have the stomach hang down a bit, like so, to make it look realistic. I'm going to continue this vein that came from the neck. It's going to go across the belly. And here we can do some curved lines. I'll probably do some hatch strokes. That means like taking the pencil in two different directions. It's one way of shading, you know, you don't have shading pencils. There's many styles of how to use your pencil to give it a different effect. So yeah, let's go ahead and put in the ankle that's showing of the far leg. This foot is going to be lifted into the air. We got that little dew claw, which actually some people forget to put in their drawings. I am one of those people. I sometimes forget to include that little dew claw. So put in the dew claw. I'm going to have this will be the middle toe, which will be the top one showing there. Then we'll have one of the side toes, which will come right about there. So be sure to give some padding underneath the toes. And then also, as most classical dinosaur drawers do, we're going to put the scales on top of the toes. So looking good, looking good. I am going to put some more shading on this leg, just to make it more realistic. And yeah, now it's time to put in the leg we actually can see. And that will erase the lines we no longer need. So yeah, this Tarbosaurus looks like it's lurching forward, you know, with like with a lot of power. This one leg is really pushing hard off the ground. So put in the knee, put in the calf, and I'm going to take my eraser and just erase the ground there, because I might want to make the leg a little longer than we had originally anticipated. So you can see part of the calf muscle over there as well on the other side. I'm going to actually go ahead and start off by putting in the claws here, the toe claws, before actually drawing the toes. So yeah, I put in the 3 claws, and then I'll put in the toes after. which is usually how I draw dinosaur toes. I usually put in the claws first. Not all the time, but when it's in this position, I usually do. So yeah, it didn't turn out too bad. Okay, so now that, yeah, we're going to continue up on the torso here. I'm going to put a line in for the spine, like so. I'll take my eraser and clean it up a bit. And we are now going to put in some spikes. Which will again fade into the background there. So now all we have to do is put in the tail. It doesn't have to be too long. The Tyrannosaurus really didn't have, the Tyrannosaurid family didn't really have very long tails. Compared to their body, at least. They had long tails, but not compared to their body. Like the Velociraptors have really long tails compared to their body size. So yeah, let's put in that top line, and then I already put in the mid line. And be sure to put in some wrinkles. So yeah, I forgot to put in the wrinkles up here. So be sure to make them all curved. You don't want to make just straight lines, or else it won't look good. And then for here, we can actually continue these studs that I started up on the neck. And we can turn it into 3 or more rows. Here I'm just scattering them along the top of the belly. And we can have some on the shoulders as well. And then you have 2 rows continuing on the tail. And these will also fade into 1 row, which will then fade into no rows. So I'm just going to be adding a few more wrinkles in different spots. You guys can follow along. So you got some wrinkles there for the quad muscles on the leg. Now you have a few curved ones to make the calf look a little better. And the chin here. And also have some more lines coming up. We want to make the belly look a little bit more rounder. We can do that with these lines. These cross-hatching lines. Like so. My brother the other day was telling me that there are certain things that I repeat a lot in my tutorials. And he said one of them was like so. And the other saying that I say a lot is so yeah. And it's true. I rewatched one of my videos. I say so yeah and like so like dozens of times. But I don't notice it. It's become natural for me, I guess, in my tutorials. But yeah, I'll try to limit the amount of times that I say like so and so yeah. It's one of those things you do unconsciously. So definitely add more shading if you think it's necessary. I don't have my shading pencils with me today, so I'm not going to be using them. But yeah, as you can see, I put a little bit more of a darker tone for the bottom. Anything that's on the underside is going to be darker, because the sun is obviously not hitting it. So yeah, we can put some more on this leg. Put some in between the toes. Make them pop out a bit more. And shading is just amazing. It adds, immediately when you start shading, your drawing is going to look much more professional. And this is what I would consider an easy tutorial. Like, we're not going into much detail. We're not adding a lot of scales, even though, yeah, putting this leg was very difficult for me. figure out. And it still doesn't look perfect, but I know a lot of artists are never happy with their drawings. So I'm going to leave it like it is right now. Maybe add a little bit more ground. But yeah, overall I think we're done, guys. We didn't smudge too much, so that's good. I'm experimenting with different paper today too. So I actually don't like this paper. It doesn't make the drawing pop out as much. So probably in tomorrow's video, since we're doing a video every day for the next 26 days, in tomorrow's video I'll be back with my hardstock paper, which I like better. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let's sign our drawings before I turn off the camera. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you found it helpful, leave a like. And if you've not already done so, please subscribe.